All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The return man is Grant. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line it. Over.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On the run, it's Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Watch him now, Barney!
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, Green 39.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson. And that is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And now it's second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Watching now, Marty.
Running left, it's Mixon. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
The New York set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now Jackson back into his end zone and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw from his end zone. Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Leopard!
Jackson on 3rd and 1 from his end zone. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there, knocking it away, and preventing that first touchdown.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. and the first play will be a field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced them to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find the matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he's going to throw deep back up. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle, complete. That's Diaz. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Here we go now.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Nick Vannett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll set up a throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watching that, Marty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And all the way down to the 37. A big play there from McCaffrey. 53 yards. So a big play there running right. The DN couldn't get out. They couldn't stop him. It was the offense setting the edge and getting the big gain.
Yeah, essentially when you're the defensive end, when they talk about setting the edge so the offense has to bounce it one way or the other, instead that edge was actually rounded off by the offense and continued deep down the field.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jackson. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. We'll give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
got you now, Barney. Barney.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now Jackson on second down. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. And we're going to get a timeout here as the play clock was down to 2. And they'll have 2 remaining. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a handoff looking right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Needs something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Damarious Randall. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Boom.
Now it's Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is taken at the 23. He won't go down. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 41 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
3-19. 3-19.
McCaffrey on a toss right. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a run with McCaffrey. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. 53 is the light. Man out. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Bang, 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 bang.
This is McCaffrey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain at 21 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back to throw now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because...
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here we go now.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Giants, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Washington Redskins come to town. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention.
Can you hear me